Hi, Joe Leigh here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Nisse Sauerland here, the HQ Central London once again. How are you? First of all, how are things?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
Obviously, May 13th, big show at the Indigo, first show on Channel 5 as well. Talk to us about that. It's an exciting fight. The main event, the British title fight, is one that I think Denzel Bentley's obviously been there before, but for boxing fans, people who know boxing, it's something that I'm really excited for, and people that have heard the news, reacted on Twitter, it's gaining a lot of momentum.
Yeah, I think we wanted to start the whole Channel 5 broadcasting deal with a big bang. I think we've got something for everyone there. We've got Josh Kelly, who's obviously making his comeback, bouncing back from his defeat, but he's a superstar and he just needs to come back and show everyone what he's got. We've got Denzel Bentley and Linus. Like you say, it's a boxing fan's dream, and I think the idea is you've got Josh Kelly, who the mainstream know, mainstream love, and then you've got Denzel and you've got Linus backing it up with also Harlem Eubank fighting Masha Dodd in a great fight as well. And Ryan Kelly against Brad Pauls. I think it's a great card, and just looking forward to it as a boxing fan as well.
What are your plans with Josh Kelly then?
Well, I think he's been out of the ring for about just over a year now. Get him back in, get him in winning ways. He's young, he's 28. He seems like he's been around forever. He hasn't even had that many fights. I think we need to match him correctly. You saw what we did with George Groves when he lost. We brought him back. He lost again. We brought him back. He won the world title, and that's what we want to do with Josh. He's a ready-made star. Been on Sky a lot, and he's a bit of a golden boy, I think, and I think he's got a lot to give boxing still.
Yeah, and obviously, as you mentioned, by the time he's going to be fighting, it's going to be more than over a year. Is it going to be getting him to a couple of warm-up fights and then the end of the year, maybe another big fight?
No, look, just we'll get him the right fight at the right time, and that's our plan. We've been looking at, you can never look past May 13th for him, but the plan would be to have him back out in July. We've been looking at all sorts of names from Spike O'Sullivan. That kind of, around that time, that would be a good fight. I'm trying to think of some other light middleweights, welterweights, sort of that around that level. Josh is going to fight light middle for the next fight, but let's see what happens. He might go back down to welter. It's a bit of the welterweight at the moment. It's pretty on fire, but let's see.
It makes sense for the first fight to be at 154.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, exactly.
As for Harlem, I was speaking to him earlier. I think the fight with Masha Dodd's really good. Obviously, the last fight, he looked really good, but it was a 3-round, and you can't really take too much from that. But obviously, as they said in the presser there as well, he's someone with a lot of experience, and Harlem will be able to learn off that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fight that should sort of see what he's got. It's a gatekeeper, if you like that term. A good gatekeeper who could win. Dodd, I thought he was hard done by in his last fight. It was quite close, wasn't it? And he's been there and done it. He bought the t-shirt and everything. But hopefully this is a fight that will tick a few more boxes for Harlem and keep him on that journey. The idea would be, for the next fight to maybe get a small title around it and just keep up the momentum. He's going to fight 3 times, hopefully before the summer, providing that he wins on May 13th.
And obviously, when he's managed and trained by Adam Buford as well, you can imagine him being in with the likes of Sam Maxwell, Akeem Ennis-Browns, super lightweight, British Championship level.
Yeah, 100%. That would be the aim. I could see those kind of fights happening by the end of the year. There's lots of good fights out there. It's a great weight class.
Talk to us about the deal with Channel 5. How long have you known about it? How excited are you?
I mean, look, they've always had good boxing on there. Sam Heggington against Jikatu. they said the name was Fight of the Year. But I think the issue was that people didn't really know where to watch it. So I think that's what we're going to try and do, is direct people to Channel 5 and boost up their viewing figures and provide good boxing. I mean, I was just saying, Sam Eglinton against Josh Kelly, and that'd be a brilliant fight. Great fighters. So that's the aim. We've known, we haven't known about it for too long. It was, obviously we wouldn't want the Channel 5 deal. It's a brilliant deal to have. Great exposure for young boxers and up and coming boxers, and to put on big fights like Linus Udoka against Denzel Bentley, and also for Josh Kelly to perform on.
Do you have any juice on other fights that could be happening towards the end of the year on Channel 5?
Yeah, I mean, look, we're always looking to make a few new signings, but we're also, we're happy in the strength of our stable. Obviously, Nathan Gorman, we didn't fight last weekend because he had, I can never say this, gastroenteritis. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bit of a tongue twister, which is just such a shame, such bad luck. But he'll be out. He'll be back out very soon. We'll be announcing very soon on him. And look, when I look at it, we've got a decent stable, and it's always building.
Chris Eubank Jr., Kell Brook, I want to talk about that first of all. Just obviously, there's been talks around it. What do you make of it? Are any of those talks progressing?
Yeah, the talks are progressing. I mean, it's mainly been around the weight issue, and it's a couple of pounds, £1 here, £1 there. It's like, I mean, let's go back to the old days where the weight categories were, proper weight categories. It's not, I understand Kell's coming up, and everyone says it's dangerous, but it's also dangerous going the other way if you dehydrate yourself too much as well. So, just it's all about finding a happy medium and not using weight as an excuse to not do the fight. Let's just, get it agreed, get everything else agreed behind it, and hopefully do the fight. If not, we don't. We move on and we find someone else.
Alan mentioned at the presser about a big fight for Junior in summer. Is that the one that right now in April that's most likely?
What do you mean in April? Oh, right, okay.
In April's now. What's the most likely fight?
Yeah, all right, okay. Sorry, man. I was like, April? It's a bit soon, mate. Got to sell some pay-per-views. No. Yeah, I mean, look, that's one of the front runners. Yeah, there's quite a few other fights out there, but a lot of it's tied up at the moment.
GGG Murata is obviously this weekend in Japan. Golovkin versus Eubank is one that's been talked about for a while as well. I'm sure he and you guys will be watching close.
Say again, sorry? Yeah, of course I will. Yeah, I'll be watching anyway. As a fan, I like Triple G's style. I don't know that much about Murata, but I like watching Triple G, and he's 40 now, so let's see if he can still do it. I still think those two Canelo fights were nip and tuck. I had him winning the first one, and I had the second one maybe a draw. People will disagree, whatever, that's boxing, but I also, it's not just aggressiveness, if that's even a word, but I thought GG won that second one, but what do I know?
I think he won the first one, and the second one was kind of a draw. If anyone had to, then I'd say Golovkin. So he's been hard done by in his career.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't look if you're looking at financial, I don't think he's been hard done by, but
he's not in it for the money, I don't think.
Yeah, no. But I would say that from honor, and I know what kind of a person he is. He's a sportsman. I think if you look at it that way, yeah, it's been hard done by.
So in terms of a Eubank fight with Golovkin, is that something that's still looked at? Is it still being?
Oh, 100%. That's he's top of the list for Junior. But I think they both have to have fights now, and hopefully Golovkin comes through. I know Golovkin's plan to fight Alvarez, but listen, Canelo's got a big fight on May 7th. We obviously got Hrgovic on there as well. It's going to be a big night for everyone.
Definitely, obviously, with that third Alvarez fight, it makes it more difficult to make the Eubank Jr. fight. How easy, or what's it been like, I guess, in depth, working with Chris Eubank Jr.?
He's look, we've known each other. I think he fought a fight in Frederikshavn, Denmark. God knows how long ago it was, maybe 8-9 years ago, on one of our cards back in the day. I saw him then and I thought, wow, what a talent. Worked with him on the Super Series, worked with him before that actually on the Arthur Abraham fight, Wembley, yeah, and then worked with him on the Super Series. So we know Chris well, and we get on very well with him. And I think he's coming on as a fighter, and he's coming on with his press work as well. He's brilliant. I think he's. When I watched him on Sky the other night, I was like, "Wow, this guy's brilliant." Then I think I heard someone else nicking one of his lines live on Sky. I was like, "Okay," quoting Eubank.
Well, obviously, you mentioned the Arthur Abraham fight a minute ago of Wembley Arena. He's obviously a big name. Would you say if he was to bring a Canelo over, or he was to have a fight with Conor Benn, say in a few years' time, and he continues to build his name on Channel 5, could he ever do a Wembley Stadium?
Who's that, sir? Eubank Jr. Well, I mean, at the moment, Eubank Jr. would be fighting on Sky, so he's not going to be fighting on Channel 5. Yeah, I mean, look, he's outside the top guys at the moment. AJ, Fury, Dillian, who's outside that? Like, who's the biggest name? It's probably Eubank, nip and tuck with someone else, I think. But yeah, he's up there, and I think, bringing Canelo over, he wants to fight in the UK, doesn't he? So who is he going to fight when he comes to the UK? He's beaten everyone. He's beaten Billy Joe. He's beaten Callum Smith, and he's the biggest name for him to fight if he came to the UK. So that would be massive.
The right fight could do 70,000-80,000. Moving on, kind of the Fury Whyte fight's the end of this month, and that is at Wembley. It's looking to do big numbers on pay-per-view and in real life. Just what a huge fight that is. I saw a poll on Twitter. It was obviously an American outlet, but the Oscar Valdez-Stevenson fight was voted higher in terms of more interest. And there was another one as well. I can't remember. I think it was, I'm not sure which one, but it's happening this month. It was voted third out of the biggest fights happening this month. Okay, Spence Ugas was second. This was an American poll, but is this fight as big as we believe it to be outside of the UK?
Well, I mean, the way I see it at the moment is the UK is the home of boxing. So what do we care what anyone else says? For me it is. Yeah, for me, 100%. It's Tyson Fury's, best heavyweight out there at the moment, against Dillian, who's got great style, and he's going to come forward and try and get a knockout. I think it's brilliant, and there hasn't been that much press around it for obvious reasons, but maybe that's why people are seeing it in a poll. I don't know, but let them have that fight. Spence Ugas, great fight, don't get me wrong, but I think the big boys, Fury against Whyte, without a doubt.
What do you make of the whole situation? Do you see with Jeffrey Benz, Dillian Whyte's lawyer, and Frank Warren on TalkSport? What did you make of that?
Well, I mean, I just don't think you should do laundry in public, but dirty laundry in public. You win a purse bid, and I think, look, Frank is legally correct. Dillian is legally correct in that he's not coming to promote it, but Frank is also legally correct in that he's not giving him any tickets or whatever the disagreement is. I would have personally gone, okay, right, here's 30 tickets, Dillian. Here's a ticket link. You can pre-order some tickets for your mates, but you need to turn up to promote the fight. That would have been my take as a promoter, and I think Dillian would have been like, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. You're getting a wicked payday. You're not going to mind too much as long as those small things that are afforded to you, and you're not going to get first pick of the changing room or anything like that. But it's Wembley Stadium. I'm sure they're not going to give you a shoebox. So what do I make of it? I think don't do it on the radio, but it adds spice to the event, doesn't it? When they have an argument live on radio, people are talking about it. But at the same time, yeah, just you're doing 80,000 tickets. Give 30 to Dillian. That would be my number. I don't know why. Broken down at ringside, a few floor seats, whatever else, and a few extra accreditations. You don't stick to the rules of the law of winning a purse bid, which I'm not exactly sure about. I think it's like 4 accreditations or something. So I think it could have been avoided, but why not? We got a bit of radio coverage out of it, and we all enjoyed listening to it.
A couple more quickly then. How does that fight actually play out? Who wins in your opinion?
I think if Tyson doesn't take his eye off the ball, he wins. But the moment he does, and that's the issue with Tyson, sometimes I feel his concentration, he always takes one shot, which obviously for the fans makes it exciting, but and it also prevents it from being a shutout. There's always some drama, isn't there? Like Varlini, even there was a cut. So it's I see Fury winning late stoppage, but you never know. Good puncher's chance.
Definitely that left hook. And then last of all, just AJ Usyk 2. It looks like end of June now. How do you see that one playing out?
Wow. I saw AJ Usyk 1. I was the person who was saying AJ didn't flatten him in the 7th. And I was quite loudly saying that. Yeah, you remember, yeah. And
the title from my interview with you, I think.
Oh, right. I got absolutely panned for that. So, I don't know. AJ needs to change some stuff up. He needs to change some stuff up very quickly as well. I think that it could suit him being away from, if it is to go ahead abroad, I would say that would really suit him, like it did against Ruiz. I mean, I know it was New York when he lost to Ruiz, but there was still a lot of loud English fans. I don't know. I feel like that going to Saudi or wherever it's going to be would be in his benefit. And who knows what Usyk's. Listen, the guy's got bigger things to worry about than a boxing fight. There's a bloody war going on.
Just to clarify, are you backing AJ again?
Yeah, I am. Just because I'm probably going against the grain, but I like to think that he's gotten over that mental side of things, which is throw his right hand like he used to.
Appreciate your time, my friend. Thanks for that.
Cheers, mate.